Namaskar. Hello and welcome to 𝗣𝗚𝘅 channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. Joining me is Sumit Peer as we have our Monday Ask Sumit session. But before we jump into your questions, we're going to take a quick look at the election rhetoric going back and forth between INDI against some other INDA partners as well as INDI against NDA and back. So let's first welcome Sumit Peer ji. Sumit ji, Ram Ram, Radhe Radhe, Namaskar, कैसे हैं आप?
Sir, 𝗤𝙧 𝗤𝙀𝘍, Radhe Radhe, all fine and good, sir, by the kripa of Lord Mahakal and your Ashirwad, sir. Thank you very much.
So, Modi ji has essentially taken the various statements made by Congress over the past, and he has, put up a little bit sharper speech. And a lot of people are getting their knickers in a twist. What is going on, Sumit ji?
Sir, in the name of Bhagwan Sree Ganesha, let's do the Sree Ganesha of this vlog. What is happening is, the truth has to come out. And for every truth, there's a time when it comes out. And when it comes out, it looks ugly. It has sharp edges. It has laser cutting those edges. So the truth is, Congress was and will be doing Muslim appeasement. Congress leaders on record have said that the resources of this country will be first given to Muslims. Dr. Manmohan Singh ji. 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝘆 ji has said, I'll distribute the wealth of this country to Muslims. Now, recently, Rahul Gandhi in an election rally said that when we come to power, we are going to reassess everything and we'll see who has how much of wealth, then we'll he's suggesting we'll redistribute the wealth. Now, Modi ji has been very categorical and he's talking direct. He's saying these people want to take away your wealth and give it to the people who have more bachche. More bachche means more kids. And if you look at the fertility rate of India between Hindus and Muslims, I think Muslims is much higher than Hindus. So, and two, of course, the people who are coming from out of India, those Rohingyas and all, they have 20 kids, 24. I even heard 32 kids. So these are the people who use their wives as breeding machines to produce as many kids as they could. It's like the Gaza mentality. If you look in Gaza, every woman has around 6, 8 or more children. When somebody asks them, why do you have so many children? I say, if 1 or 2 become shahid, or 3, I will be still left with 3. So for them, kids are like those,
Dispensable.
Those goats and hens and pigs. That's how they consider kids. If 3 die, I will be left with 3. So now Modi ji was very direct today, and unfortunately, I have to tell you one more thing, which I should tell on 𝗣𝗚𝘅. Although there is no official sites, post-poll survey done, or there is no survey done and all. But based on our sources and the intel we have gathered, there's a challenge we are facing now. The challenge is that it has been seen, though the turnout in major states, if you look at the phase 1, was slightly lesser than 2019 in phase 1, right? Second thing what I am seeing is that the turnout of Hindu community in the phase 1 is seen around 51 to 60%, 61%. The turnout of Muslim community is from 87 to 93%. Now, this is something which can be very, very bad. It can have very dramatic elections effects on the election of the results of the elections, because at 55% you cannot do 400 par. At 55% you can even lose some seats. At 55% versus 97%, the number becomes much higher. You can say it is 80-20 or whatever, but if you are at 55% is 80, let's say at 80% wala is at 55, that means 45 lakh people vote. And if 20 lakh wala is at 97, that means 20% people vote, 20 lakh people also voted. So your number basically is not there. So what should be, if it is the numbers are same, let's say 80-80. So then we will have, if on 80 64 lakhs people voted and there are around 20 lakhs people voted. Or sorry, there are around 16 lakh people voted. Then the proportion will be same. But here the proportions are different. So it's a very clarion call. It's a direct warning from Modi ji. And remember his speech around 6 months back, where he said at one of the important, I think it was Parliament, or I think it was 26 January, I can't remember correctly. One of these occasions, he said, this election will set the tone for development for next 1,000 years, or gulami of next 1,000 years. The word in Hindi is gulami of 1,000 years. So now we have Congress who has gone crazy. The project Sun, Earth and the Moon, Manmohan Singh ji, it was not a mistake. Rahul Gandhi, 𝗤𝙧𝙤𝘆𝗍𝘆 ji, And then I was just talking to Sachin Bhai, and there are videos out there which are talking about that Rahul Gandhi will give, first of all, he will give 1 lakh rupee to every woman of this country. So broadly speaking, if we have 50 crore eligible women, so 50 lakh crore, that is more than the budget of India, right? Then he is saying anybody who watches even Facebook and the social media and all, I'll give him 1 lakh rupees. Right. So that means what you have to do, Sree sir, you and me, you are in America, you won't have that privilege. I can do that. You know, my mother and my wife will get 1 lakh rupees, and my kids and me will start watching Facebook and YouTube and Insta. We'll get 1 lakh each. So staying at home with my father, grandfather put together, we can make around 10 lakh rupees and we don't have to do anything. We can just be at home and getting 10 lakh rupees as a bhatta from the Congress. And if I have more kids, I can make 30, I can make 20. So the Rohingya with 20 kids will make 20 lakhs. Or somebody with 8 or 10 kids will make 10 lakhs. Because it's all based on the numbers. So Modi ji was very clear. Look, you have to wake up. I will be very clear here. Look, you have to wake up, Hindus. You have to vote, and you have to. I have been telling you all the time. Don't be complacent. 400 par ho raha, 400 par ho raha. You have to go out and vote. Everybody has to vote. And we have even put a shot on P Guru that Chachaji, Mamaji, Buaji, everybody has to vote. That is the reality. You can't be complacent. Okay, it's all good. We're winning. That's no problem. Though I'm not doubting the outcome of the elections, but this complacency is killing. And if these things come into power, you will be a Venezuela within 3 years, and you will be a Pakistan within 5 years. So, and then obviously China will come and rule you in next 5 years. So this is a very, very dangerous game wherein you are just promising anything, or you are just trying to, sell the future of our generations for you to get votes or for you to become a prime minister. This is what is happening. Now, where is that money going to come from? Is he going to pay from the party fund? He says, I don't have money to even to pay the electricity bill. He has not paid to those people who participated in Nyaya Yatra. Things are getting dangerously complicated. Things are getting dangerously insane. So what I'm telling to tell you is Prime Minister Modi could not come more direct. He has been as direct as he could because it's not a hidden fact. Who has more kids in India between Hindus and Muslims? It's Muslims. If you look at the percentage of minorities from the independence, more of our other minorities are around the same percentage. 1.72, but only one minority from 8 to 14 is around. Muslim community has gone from 8 to 14. And at this high birth rate, the numbers are going to get more and more increased. So the challenge is, this complacency is not voting is what is, and is dangerous. And then this Marxist idea of I want to redistribute your wealth. All these people who live in their ivory towers are very happy. I have 3 cars, I have 5 apartments. I always used to tell you, you are like a village which is near to the dam. If the dam breaks, all your wealth, all your earnings will get washed away in a second. That is what is exactly going to happen. If there is no BJP, if there is no Modi, then redistribution of wealth, Muslims get the first right. I mean, that's what the Congress is saying. I'm not casting aspersions here. That's what they've been saying. If this happens, whatever you have earned, is all gone down the drain. So there's no point of working in MNC, no point of getting well, no point of putting your stocks and investments and all. It's only going to be redistributed accordingly. And where have these models worked? They have not worked anywhere in the world. They have not delivered anywhere in the world. These are mere election ploys to win the vote, because what my first phase assessment tells me, out of 109, NDA is getting 69 to 70. And Tamil Nadu is looking to be 12 to 13 seats. So this has really rattled Congress, and they are now going all, helter scatter. They're all going all the way. They're even throwing the kitchen sink in. Now, let's promise anything. Let's say anything like Indira ji used to say, "Garibi hatani hai." Rajiv ji used to say, "Humne dekha, hum dekhenge, hum dekh rahe hain, hum dekhenge." So now, everybody will get 1 lakh rupees. So if I go by that logic, we have more than 800 million YouTube downloads in the country. There are around 800 million people who are on social media. 800 million means 80 crore people. So you have 80 crore will get from social media 1 lakh, and rest are the women. So they will get from the 1 lakh. So every person in India is going to get a 1 lakh rupees. And where is it going to come from? You are going to squeeze the middle class. You are going to squeeze the industrialists. You are going to squeeze them so much by the time the industries become unviable. The business here becomes unviable, and we go back to the Stone Age. We reach a stage wherein banks are literally shaking, where our banks are going to get bankrupted, and we, by the grace of God, we already have a signed MOU with Communist Party of China. So Chinese will come over and take us. And if you go by the CPM manifesto, they want to have good relations with China and Pakistan. They even want to disband all the nuclear weapons and nuclear arsenal. So there is no need for a 𝗼𝗪, Prachand. There's no nuclear for a INS Arihant. There is no need for such. They're all gimmicks. You don't need them. So election is entering a dangerous turn. This Muslim appeasement is there, and people who are criticizing Mr. Modi, let me tell them one thing. Modi ji is not telling this what you have heard. He is just quoting the Congress leaders who have been telling this. He is just quoting various Congress pockets who have been telling this. And as a leader, as a devout Hindu, as a person who has respect for Prime Minister Modi, I, as a leader, as an ordinary citizen, would want to know if Rahul Gandhi has said this, sir, what is your opinion on this? Because you are my leader, and I want to know, sir, what are you going to say on this? So what Prime Minister Modi is saying, he's only expressing his opinion as a leader, because there are around 100 crore people who are looking into him. Mr. Modi, we have heard this, sir. What is your opinion on that? Modi ji does not have option to keep silent. At the end of the day, he's holding a public office. He's a leader. His all schemes and all have been equal for all. He did not start this. He does not want this. He doesn't believe in this. But if Rahul Gandhi says this, he has to respond to this. He doesn't have an option. And now some of his response, some of the knuckleheads are getting so knuckled away. They are getting so conky. They are writing democracy khatre mein, constitution, black day, the usual things coming. But the point I'm trying to say here, for the sake of God, when people talk of Muslims here, I'm consistent here. I'm not making this first time. You watch all the videos on P Gurus and other channels. I'm not making this first time. When people talk of Muslims here, it is completely secular in nature. No problem. The moment you talk of Hindus here, it becomes communal. If somebody is talking of the only Hindu country where the fate of 1.2 billion Hindus or 1.1 billion, 1.2 billion or 1.1 billion Hindus is at stake, where the fate of our future generations is at stake, how can you call that communal? What is communal in this? If he is trying to protect the interests of majority community, what is communal in this? But Muslim, it should be that we have to only appease and keep Muslims happy and happy and happy. So are you saying that Hindus should cannibalize their faith, their identity, their income, their wealth, their earnings, their education to keep some community happy? What is this? And I have seen Pakistan's ISPR brigade has jumped on it. They are trying to make vlogs on this. I mean, these are the people where the Hindus have been literally eliminated. Pakistan, Afghanistan, even Bangladesh, the condition is not too bad. The condition is, too bad. So these are the people who are trying to give us service. They are trying to, what did my Modi ji say? He's a global leader. He should have not said this. I mean, you go and support Hamas because they're Muslims and they're terrorists. Because they're terrorists and they're Muslims, you have to support them. When we talk of Hindus, when we talk of Hindu interest, that too responding to what Rahul Gandhi said, then you are saying, well, it's communal. What is communal here? Ji sir, you are making a point.
Get a sip of water. Viewers, what Sumit ji meant was the situation is very bad in Bangladesh. Too bad is actually the word TOO in front of good or bad is the opposite. So let's not use that. I mean, see, this is, हलवा खिलाया है शाहरुख खान ने आपको, ये what is it, बाइजू में. मैं बोलता आ रहा हूँ, ये बाइजू का जो 2-4 जो ad चलता है ना, it's a wrong ad. I mean, if you are in education, then you should be teaching the right things, not the wrong things about the English language. Guys, understand what I'm trying to tell you. If you don't even know what I'm telling you, then you are not fit to be running an educational academy. Back to you.
So the problem is that when in India or in Bharat, we talk of Hindu interests, we're the only Hindu country. And by the grace of God, we are a 1.1 billion, or we are living in India, 1.2 billion, and people living out of the world, and it's around 1.2, 1.3 billion. So why is my Prime Minister wrong if he's talking of my interest? Why is my Prime Minister communal when he's talking about the interest of my future generations? And why we have only to cannibalize ourselves to prove to the secularism of this country? I have been always telling you, Bharat is a Hindu Rashtra, only the constitution is secular. And word secular and socialism was inserted into it by the back end. Now the new copies of constitution which were printed and given to the people at the inauguration of the new parliament doesn't have these words. Though Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary tried to talk about it, later on he kept his mouth shut because he thought if he goes to Supreme Court, then it will be permanently quashed. Now, when these things are happening here, Why is Hindu always at the receiving end? Who pays the maximum tax? Who pays the maximum tax in this country? Who is contributing to the maximum growth of this country? Even if I go by share numbers, sir, it is 85-25, 85-15. Even if I go by share numbers, why is, when we are talking about 85, when is that a problem? Why does that become communal? Why are people getting and running like headless chickens? This is a problem. Can you take in America, if they talk of Christian benefits, you're saying it's bad. If Pakistan talks of Muslim benefits, it's bad. You know, how long can this bogey of secularism be put on our head and we were, put blinkers on our eyes and ask us to run? This can't run long. And I've been very clear on numerous occasions. I have told you, India is secular till the time Hindu chooses to be secular. Don't expect him to be secular all the time. If he chooses to be secular, he is secular. If he does not, he is not. Who is Rahul Gandhi to distribute my wealth? Did I earn for him? So are we saying we are like a Communist Party of China wherein CCP owns everything, including my wealth, my house and my family also? No, it's not that. When in democracies we will have government doing this? So these are the things which are very, very worrying. The only way out is you have to go out and vote. You have to go out and vote. You cannot be in your drawing rooms and thinking that 400 is done, we're happy, go. No, you have to go out and vote. So that is how, I give you an example. How does 80 crore become 45 lakhs? 80 lakhs become 80 crores become 45 crores and 15 crores becomes 15 crores. But if you look at the number between 85 and 45, so the effective rate is 33-34%. These kind of margins can literally take away election, because usually the margins from a winning to losing candidate are 7, 8, 10% vote share. So if you look at 15% having an impact of 33% and the bigger block having an impact of 45%, the election can go anyway. This is the swings which decide and make a lot of seats. There are a lot of seats which run on very thin margin. So Prime Minister Modi has given you a clarion call. What do you want to happen? If you want this to happen, then bring your drawing rooms, have a cup of tea, in fact, plan a vacation when the day of voting is there. But if you don't want that to happen, we have to come out and vote. And he's not wrong in any way if he's talking about my interest and the interest of my future generation. If Siddharamaiah talks about Muslims, nobody is calling him communal. Nobody is calling Rahul Gandhi communal. And what is Rahul Gandhi saying? I want to do jati janaganna. I want to divide these Hindus into further fragments, sub-fragments. Then I'll say how many Yadavs are there, how many Kais are there, how many Brahmins are. I'll say no, how many are in state. Then I'll say how many are in district. Then how many are in taluka. One day it will be how many for Mullah. So ultimately you will break Hindu society into so many parts that there is no glue on planet Earth which can unite you. And when Prime Minister Modi shakes the conscience of 1.3 billion people, some people get rattled. They are running like headless chickens, which is okay. But the message is clear. That's why we chose this title today. Clarion call. The call is very clear. Karo ya maro. That means what Mahatma Gandhi told us in independence. If I am telling you, I was on one of the channels a couple of days back, somebody asked me about Akhand Bharat and all. I said, look, Akhand Bharat will not hold today because you can't have 40 crore Muslims got into India with a birth rate of 3.6. In 20 years, there will be 80 crores. And in 20th year, it will be Sharia, and 21st year, it will be Jizya. Because either you have to convert or pay Jizya. So, do you want to pay Jizya again? Even at the time of Akbar and all, we have been paying Jizya. So, you don't want to pay Jizya again. If you don't want to pay Jizya, then that concept does not today hold good because numbers have changed, dynamics of the game has changed. And today, I don't think a Prime Minister could go more direct and wake you up. He has done what he has to do. He will get you development, he will get you roads. But one day, what you are supposed to do is go out and vote. Are you doing that? That is what you're supposed to do. And that is what has not happened. So, the opposition side is going for the broke. They are going for the kill. They will want to give 1 lakh rupees to everybody staying at home. This bahana, that bahana, where will that money come from? Hugo Chavez model, 3 years, Venezuela finished. Here we will finish in 2 years because we have 1.4 billion people as population. So 2 years you will dismantle and then they will leave the country, find an island, live there or take a political asylum somewhere. So our future generations are destined to be doomed if we don't still wake up. So it is not a communal speech, it's a clarion call. Kaan kholiye, samajiye, direct मैं बोल रहा हूँ. 55% to 60% is the only turnout. There it is 87 to 93%. I have no problem with that. I'm not saying why there's a 93% turnout. Why can't we have a 93% turnout? Why can't Hindus go out and vote? What is the problem? Kahan taklif hai bhai? This is a real, because ultimately mathematics will add up. And then you will say, bhai, ye kya ho gaya? So call is very clear. India needs very tough regimes for next 10, 15 years. India has to be on the track, and there don't be tomfooled by anything which changes the percentage of the populations. It can become 1.6 billion. I'm okay with that. But in 1.6 billion, the percentage has to maintain the same. Percentage change is the first step of 𝗤𝙬𝙬 happening. If I have to be very candid with you, is the first step of 𝗤𝙬𝙬 happening. Don't fool ourselves. Let's get out of these things. Akhand Bharat, we want POK, we want this, we want everybody to come together. They were concepts at one point of time, they were viable, but today at this birth rate, we are not viable, sir. I'm talking science and mathematics. It's not a theory I've created. It's not a Jyotish. I'm not predicting anything. I'm giving you hardcore science and mathematics. You have to understand this. And you have to know what the game plan is. Why are Pakistanis talking of Akhand Bharat? Why are Pakistani YouTubers interested in Akhand Bharat? And why are some traitors of our end talking of Akhand Bharat? They know what it means. They know it's a 20-year ticket to 𝗤𝙬𝙬. That's what exactly is happening.
So we'll touch upon this also, Sumitji. Tell us a little bit about what happened in Iran president's visit to Pakistan. This was unexpected. These two are fighting, and suddenly the president is landing up at Pakistan. What is happening?
Sir, to put this briefly, because you see, something is cooking in Iran and Saudis and Pakistan. All the three rivals, there something is cooking. The only thing which is cooking, last time we know that I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you between Pakistan and I'm going to send 10 missiles, I'm going to send 20 missiles. That is what they were doing. I'm going to retaliate, I'm going to retaliate. Now, I have been always telling you one thing. Iran has tactical nukes and the nukes are being supplied by Pakistan. Take my word in writing. I was the first person on any TV or any digital media or any channel which said on 7th October, this all plan will be done, will be orchestrated by Iran. They're only using Hamas. Now, a couple of days back, Iranian, Israeli representative to UN exactly said the same thing. It was all done by Iran. Hamas was used as a tool. I'm telling you one more thing today. Pakistan has made tactical nukes for Iran. Nukes are in Iran. The canard which is being told to us is that, it's because of this pipeline they're trying to come. How many times have you seen an Iranian president go to Pakistan for a pipeline? It's a pipeline issue. Some commerce minister will go. Some external affairs minister will go. Why should a Raisi need to travel to Pakistan? Now, at the same time, when a very big and powerful Saudi delegation minus MBS, literally everybody is in Pakistan. Why are they in Pakistan? If you decode, I have decoded it why they are in Pakistan. The story given around Raisi and the Saudi clan is that they want to settle their 5 billion investment in Redistribution miles and all that. Arey Baba, for Saudis, 5 billion doesn't matter. Look at the history. Look at the reality of life. How many times have Saudis taken money from Pakistan for oil? Answer is zero. How many times did Pakistan pay Saudis ultimately? No. They say rollback, once, twice rollback, khatam, bhul jao. Naya rollback. So Pakistanis never paid Saudis. So doing for a 5 billion investment, MBS will send everybody to Pakistan? No. The deal is Mossad is very sure. Americans are sure there are tactical nukes and they are in this what is that name of the street? Iranian was hit? I can't remember. Isfahan. Yeah, they are in the airbase in Isfahan, which was protected by S-300s and it was protected by Chinese systems. Now they had a lot of underground hangars. My people are telling me 6 to 8 these F-14s are destroyed, which is good. And possibly there has been also some damage to that arsenal. Is there a radioactive leak? We don't know. Is something destroyed here? We don't know. Or possibly now Americans have told Saudis, look, these guys have got tactical nukes from Pakistan. Now Ravisi wants to go to Pakistan. Saudis want to get there and they want to sit on a table. Why? Because remember MBS said 3 months back, if by any chance Iran has a nuclear weapon, we have to get it, come what may. I'm quoting verbatim MBS. So if tactical nukes are with which were given by Pakistan to Iran, and Saudis are sure about it, they have to settle it between them. So what the only thing is, why Raisi and all are traveling, bhai aao, baith ke baat karte, let's sit on the table and talk. And let's not forget, before the Dera Ghazi Khan incident, sir, what happened? Mullah Munir had done a 3 billion or a 4 billion deal. One was possibly with Irani, second was with Qataris for an atom bomb. And suddenly, something bad happened in Dera Ghazi Khan. It was exactly what Israel had done with Iran once. Something of very bad nature happened and Dera Ghazi Khan gaya. and still the radiations are leaking, and nobody is going to that area. It's still a concealed area, which Pakistan is not talking about. Now, something happened in Ashfaq also, this airbase also. Is it something like Dera Ghazi Khan? Something has happened there. So why are these all getting together? They want to settle the issue because Pakistan is the culprit who would have done everything. Pakistan is the culprit who would have done anything. And let me tell you, Shahbaz Sharif had gone to do this Hajj. And during the Hajj, he was supposed, when you take a pledge of Hajj, as Islamic world use, which I don't know, then you have to supposed to complete the Hajj, which takes around few hours, and come back. When he landed there, he took that pledge, I'm starting Hajj and all that. But he did not do the ritual. He was chasing MBS. And by the time MBS did not meet him, so there is something he had to urgently talk to MBS. He was chasing MBS and he was trying to get money from him. He did all the tactics, and finally MBS in the return sent such a big delegation to Pakistan. So a lot of clerics within the Pakistan are giving galis to Shahbaz. How could you take the pledge and not do the Umrah? Rather, you were chasing MBS. They are alleging him is MBS bigger than the God, because you are supposed to do the Umrah and give your solitude to God and give your say, hey Allah, you are the greatest. Now, are you saying after doing that process, you are going around MBS and you are saying MBS is bigger than Allah? That is what you are trying to say. But the thing was, he was trying to do some firefighting, some he used this religious card. You remember last time when Kakkar, they were not willing. Then Kakkar said, I want to do Umrah. Then they can't say, sorry, can't say no when you want to do Umrah. So Kakkar landed in Makkah. So exactly this is what Shahbaz wants to do. And as a Muslim, you can do Umrah multiple times. There's no limit. You have to do only once in a lifetime. So this is what Shahbaz wants to do. So if these three are there, something is cooking there. I can tell you something. And most probably it has something to do with nukes, because what Israelis don't know, if Iran responds with tactical nukes, what is the, Israelis, retaliation going to be on them? And because you have to look at radiation, you have to look at airflow, you have to look at area of destruction, because nukes will be retaliated with nukes. But it's not only a question of dismantling Iran. What will happen to surrounding countries? What will happen to the land? What will happen to the sea? What will happen to the contamination? And as usual, the bastard child of the world is Pakistan. They will be the people who have done all the dirty games. Even if you look at these Hamas fighters, where were they trained? Pakistan. Pakistan trained them. SSG trained them. So that is the limited point on this, because we can go on this. But these people coming together to Pakistan means they are trying to settle something across the table. And the only thing which is they are settling is tactical nukes given by Pakistan or made by Pakistan for Iran. Ji.
Thank you so much, Sumit ji. A lot of stuff there for you to parse, viewers. We will know in a few days what really happened. First question today is from Kesar. Is Congress setting agenda for 2024 election loss to EVM and PHASE1 polling low turnout and say that they lost despite having upper hand?
You see, Congress will anyway blame the EVM. Usually, low turnout is not bad for the current government. When the turnout is very high, it is believed that they want to replace the current government, that people come in a lot of numbers to get rid of them. Low turnout is not seen bad for the current government. But Congress is rattled by the success of BJP in Tamil Nadu. And you see, West Bengal BJP is going to do better. Northeast and some other states of BJP is going to do better. So these people don't know what to do. So that is why, I have told you before also, Kesarji, they will try to do one thing. Once the election is done, then Rahul Gandhi will say, this is not a fight between Rahul Gandhi and Modi. This is the fight with the system. This system is wrong. Then they will start questioning the system of election, system of this Republic of India, where he says it's a union of the states. But the concept is India, and within India there are states. He says it's a union of the states. So he is trying to fundamentally now break the country. He is trying to fundamentally dismantle the country. By giving everybody 1 lakh rupees, by saying it's a state, it's a union of states, by saying it's a fight against the system of the country, it's against the prevailing system which is not correct. So he will go to any extent. That is what Rahul Gandhi will do. If in that toolkit, if EVM is a part of it, they will say, okay, every EVM is wrong. Whom they have not blamed. Supreme Court is corrupt, High Court is corrupt, Judiciary is corrupt, Police is corrupt, CBI is corrupt, NIA is corrupt. And he warned NIA and ED officials, when I will come to power, sabka hisab hoga. Earlier, those kind of threats used to come from Mukhtar Ansari's son. कि हम भैया को बोल दिए हैं, जब सरकार आएगी तब तबादला किसी का नहीं होगा, पहले हिसाब होगा. I mean, that is what he used to say. Now, I mean, obviously, they are gangsters, they are okay with them. But here, No, exactly. Rahul Gandhi is talking the same tone because he's desperate. He knows he will not even get 40 to 44, more than 45 seats, even after cannibalizing his whole party and whole power. That is what makes him more desperate.
Next, Magnet Ranga wants to know, are Congress stupid to come out with such proposals? Don't they know that they would play into the hands of PM and also antagonize the majority community?
Congress are trying now to dismantle the country. They are trying to start anarchy here. They are trying to break this country and go for the kill. You know, मैं नहीं तो तुम भी नहीं. So हम तो डूबेंगे, तुम्हें भी साथ ले डूबेंगे सनम. Is what they say in Hindi. So they are trying to go for that kind of a scenario, and they will go anywhere when they look, because even after these alliances and all, Ranga sir, they are losing ground, and they know the next challenge to BJP can come in 34, when possibly Prime Minister Modi is not in the fray. So, and by that time, they have to develop a leader who is bigger and taller and who can be more bigger promise than Modi ji. Well, they don't have that leader. So it's now or never for them. And when they say now or never, I mean, the things I've been telling, they will go to any extent to get their things right. And we as majority community have to really, really think hard. We have to really think hard. Even when it comes to state elections, you might have a different point of view. But when it comes to national elections, what I'm hearing from the Congress and looking at their manifestos and all, I am scared to death. I mean, honestly. Somebody can come and say, okay, how much gold you have, how much wealth you have, I'm going to take it and give it to somebody, some Salim Bhai, Rahim Bhai. I mean, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. Why Salim Bhai, Rahim Bhai? Let everybody earn, yeah. There's equal opportunities to earn. Let everybody earn.
Next one, please. Sarvani Tungluri wants to know, sir, do you have any info on Rahul Gandhi? It's being said that he's not in the country.
To the best of my knowledge, I think 3 days back he was in the country, but which night did he skip and for which meeting, we don't know. Maybe after phase 1, Sharwani ji, he is so rattled and he has gone to take a break before the phase 2, which is just few days back. He takes those small usual breaks and come back. But I am seeing a dangerous Rahul Gandhi now. Honestly. It's no longer that Pappu kind of a thing. I'm seeing a dangerous Rahul Gandhi now. He is coming up with some real dangerous stuff. Otherwise, Modi ji will not take something so directly. Will not take on something so directly. So he doesn't believe in this philosophy, but if push comes to shove, he has to do it. What to do?
Next one, please. RGB16 wants to know, if Madhavi Latha loses, how do you see BJP future in Hyderabad?
It's not a question of Madhavi Latha ji losing or winning, sir. It is a question of putting a formidable challenge. The people who think Hyderabad is their best, and Tiger Raja Singh won from the same area. So Madhavi Latha ji is quite possible can win. I wish her all the best luck. But now the people who think, yeah, hamara gad hai, this is our bastion, oh, you can't talk to me here. Those bastions have to be dismantled so that ego and that mindset is dismantled. Don't come to Amethi, it's Gandhi, don't come to Rahi. Still, we don't know who's the candidate for Rahi. And by the way, which is that concept? Gujarat. I think Bhaजपा has already won the first seat in Gujarat because unopposed. Nobody came up from the opposition. So Surat, I think, is already with his saffron. So congratulations to the people of Surat. They already got your MP. It is unopposed. Nobody came to fight. So these people who think it's their bastions, this is their adda, stronghold, those egos and that mindset has to be shattered. Work should be your work should be your soul, soul selling point, not your pakad, not your varchasva, not your stranglehold, not your bahubali, or anything else. If the work is supreme, then let the work talk. Then let the best man win.
Next one, please. Sree Iyer App wants to know, Iranian President gives no support to Pakistan PM over Kashmir issue. Earlier, Pakistan PM visited Saudi. Why such desperation by Pakistan that it is running from pillar to post?
I explained this, ma'am, when Sree sir asked me the question. We explained this is exactly the same. There is something happening. And to the best of my knowledge, they're settling something with the news. Because when Saudis know even Iran has a small tactical weapon, they are not happy with it. They want it. The MBS is very clear. If they have, we will have to have one. Come what it please. Commitment. And where are the
Pakistan is playing one against the other. 100%. It played US against China. It plays Saudi Arabia against Iran. So this is a very dangerous game.
You see, the only thing which makes me suspicious, sir, Raisi does not need to travel to Pakistan for 3 days in such a tough time when he is expecting any day Israel attack. 3 दिन के लिए, to do what? To talk about a pipeline. What is it? What is that pipeline for Iran? Nothing. And there's no other interest Iran has in Pakistan. What is Raisi Saab doing in 3 days in Pakistan? In such a turmoil, imagine the turmoil. He can have an Israel attack tonight, right? And devastating attack. Kuch to hai na? There's something which is there.
Very true. Very true. Next one, please. Pawan Kishore wants to know, is BJP really afraid of the loss as INDI claims, and so Modi ji is bringing these issues in speeches? Also, like INDI, why can BJP open a case with EC on RG's fear-mongering on election process?
Sir, the point here is, Pawanji, it's not a question of opening up on a case on EC and all that. That is a process that might happen. EC will ban Rahul Gandhi for 3 days, 1 week of campaigning. But what is more important, the Honorable Prime Minister is highlighting the issue to us. You and me might be aware, we might be into geopolitics, politics. If you're watching this, you absolutely know what you're doing. I mean, if you're watching P Gurus as a regular ICU, Pawanji, you know what you're doing. But there are a lot of people who are not aware of this. But if Rahul Gandhi is trying to talk this, it has to be countered. It's not a question of fright or fear or anything else. I expect my leader, whom I see as Prime Minister Modi, to tell me what is his stand on this. What does he feel on this? Rahul Gandhi, whomever he appeals, he has told them what he wants to do. Now it is a turn of my review, because my leader's action is a reaction. He has not started it. He is only reacting to what Rahul Gandhi is saying. And I expect my leader and my Prime Minister to react and tell me, sir, what does he feel about it? I think he has made himself very clear. So it's a very good thing in a way, because it is a wake-up call for a lot of people who still believe in this Ganga Jamni Tehzeeb, and who believe in this 𝗒𝙬𝙤𝙬 Nadiya and all that. I am tired of hearing this Ganga Jamni Tehzeeb. Let's everybody should get what they are right in, what they deserve in this country. Appeasement for none. And Hindu rights and Hindu interests have to be protected. I have no remorse on that, and I will expect, if BJP and Modi ji is at the seat, the first thing I would expect Hindu interests to be protected. And as a Hindu, I have no remorse in saying that. I want the interests of my future generations to be protected. Muslims have 57 countries, we only have one.
YouTube wala Maulana, thank you so much. Congress to bol rahi hai, पर बीजेपी सूडो हिंदू और दिल से हमारे कौम की अपीसमेंट वाली पार्टी करके दिखा रही है. स्टैटिस्टिक्स देख लो, which community is the biggest beneficiary of सरकारी schemes?
देखिए, यहाँ जो सरकारी schemes are, they are not driven by the community, they are driven by the need. If, let's say, I am giving Awas Yojana, and if from a particular community or a particular religion there are more people are houseless, obviously they will get more. In our country, we don't say, okay, 85% of the houses will be given to Hindus, 14% to Muslims. It doesn't happen like that. Or 14% to Muslims, 1 to other minorities. It doesn't happen like that. It is simply driven by who is in the need. And if it is from the minority community, people are in the need, they will get the benefit. So there is nothing wrong in that. So Modi's direction, that is quite good. But again, we have to vote very sensibly. We have to wait very carefully. That is what I have to tell you.
And he's asking to what effect BJP is dumb to even think that it will get any substantial Muslim votes ever. हम कौम की ठेकेदार लाभ भी उठाएंगे और मुसलमान का वोट अपना हिसाब से दिलवाएंगे.
Hey, देखिए, if you look at the broader level of things, this Muslim vote is still a bit of an uphill task, to be honest. And there is a part of the Muslims who are voting for BJP, but if you talk of the entire community, they are not voting because the literacy rate and all are still a challenge. And there is somewhere down the line, there's a bit of a ghettoism which is there. There's a bit of paranoia which is there. There's a bit of insecurity which is there, which is all a manifestation of the mind. But maybe a few generations down that line, things might change. But right now, it is what it is. And the load of secularism, the onus of carrying secularism at the cost of cannibalizing their interests, is not what Hindus should do. Hindus should do what works in their interest.
Next question from Jahangir Gotla. Thank you, Jahangir ji. Congress manifesto is Waqf Act on steroids. I have always said Raga is national security risk. He was never a pappu. Hindus, you better vote. Coming from a Parsi, it makes a lot of sense.
Thank you, Jahangirji. First of all, I completely agree with you, because I mean, this time saying that I've been, this vlog, you see, I so told you that Rahul is becoming now dangerous. Earlier he was a pappu, he was just sona dalunga, ande nikalunga, alu nikalunga. We used to all have fun around this guy. But now he's becoming dangerous because he knows what the promises he's making. He knows this 1 lakh rupees can kill the country in 2 years. But if he's making these promises, he's very, very dangerous. And, he's the same person who signed the MOU with the Chinese Communist Party. So there's a big danger which is hanging on. So Jahangirji is right. We have to all come out and vote. This 55-60% is not going to do. Why other people are not voting? We have to all come and vote. There's no way out on that.
Thank you so much. That brings us to a close on today's session. Viewers, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.
Oh, we have one more question.
Yeah, we have one more question. Sorry. Yeah, one more question. Srinivasan 𝗣𝗚𝗍𝗍𝗫. Wow. Nice name. 𝗣𝗚𝗍𝗍𝗫 means neem ka jo khata kadwapan hai.
Wo.
Kadwa neem. You don't even have a single country except that you think you have one, which is the dismembered adharmic Abrahamic secular India. 𝗤𝙗𝙖𝙩, servant of zombies with desert syndrome and their stooges.
You see, I will only say, sir, see, whatever is there is there. Whatever we can do, we can do. I will tell you only one thing. Let the population go increase or decrease. The percentage should not increase or decrease. Population can increase, population can decrease. But the percentage should not increase.
Proportionate percentage.
As long as the percentage is maintained, your interests are safe, and we all vote sensibly, our interests are safe. And if we start going here and there, getting lured by this promise, that promise, then the things can be very, very tough. Things can be very, very challenging. And I don't think the Honorable Prime Minister could be more direct on that. Whatever he had to tell you, he had to tell you. And he told that 𝗤𝙑𝙑𝙬 𝗔𝐻 ho rahe. You have to look at the fertility rate. A lot of people will not like it, but history will remember Modi ji for telling you and warning us direct. A lot of people will try to choose to be politically correct around this, but it is what it is. I mean, this is the reality of life. And if you look at me, I have been shouting for a year now, more than 1 year on P-Gurus, on various aspects, and I've been trying to relate this. So this is a reality. If we become ostrich, we die ostrich's death. Becoming ostrich is very easy, right? But what happens to ostrich, that also will happen to us. So being an ostrich does not help. Being an ostrich does not help. And things are tough. The only thing what you can do and what you have to do is you have to come out and vote. That's it. Come out and vote. Get everybody from the home to come out and vote. If people need help, if they need a car, if your padosi needs a car, if he needs somebody to go with you, send your son or daughter with him. There's some old person there. There's somebody who needs a car. There's somebody who has some... It should be celebrated as a national festival of democracy and survival. So take whatever it takes. Modi ji karenge sab kuch. If I have to take somebody to a polling booth, I'll happily take. If I have to take 10 people, I'll happily take. I have no problems. I'll do it. Why not? Because 𝗤𝙗𝙗𝘍 Hind is not something which Sumit Peer invented. It's not a hypothesis or a theory. It is written in the holy book. So you have to be aware. You know what happened in Kashmir, what happened in Kerala, what happened in Mallapur. So there are instances in India where history teaches a lot of lessons. And we hope and pray that never repeats, but is the onus on us to at least make sure that we do what is in our part, that it never repeats. Right? Modi ji can go do and deliver if Modi ji is in the power. Right? And he is in power with those 333 seats. If he is not there in power with those seats, even Modi ji cannot deliver. There will be serious limitations. Imagine it's a hung government. Can you do a Balakot? Can you do a surgical strike on PFI? Can you do 370? Can you do Uri? There are so many things you cannot do. Can you buy Russian oil? No, there are a lot of things which you could not have done. Could you stood up to China? No, because Anthony G told us what? Building more roads to China is the only defense to China. And when the attacks at, I think there was one major attack which happened in when Mumbai happened in Manmohan Singh Ji's time. Then Manmohan Singh Ji, as his cabinet, which was running on coalition dharma, unified, and they unanimously decided one thing: there is no point of attacking Pakistan. There one more attack will come. So if we want to go back to that era, we always have a choice. But if we want this thing to continue, if we want a better future for our kids, we have to come out and vote, sir. These all things and all will keep on happening. We can't change the 𝗏𝗍𝑠 or whatever, but we can do what we can do because our numbers are on our side. Nobody can take the advantage of numbers from us. That is the inherent advantage. And Hindus is the third biggest religion on planet Earth. How can Hindus in a Hindu country be subservient to other bodies, whims and fancies, unless and until our minds are manipulated in such a way where leftist thoughts, where this wokeism, when all the crazy things are put in our head, so that it becomes it's like a 486 which is put so much of load that the mere load crashes the system. You don't have to go with a hammer and a tong. You just put so many for load, the load will itself crash the system. So if we don't end up in that, if we don't end up as like that, we are there to win. Because remember one thing, we have the advantage of numbers, and mathematics is the most accurate science. But but if 55% turn up for voting, तो क्या होगा? Nothing is going to happen. On the other side, you have 93% people turning out for voting. So then don't blame the numbers. The numbers will hold if you do your karma. Numbers will not hold just by the number. If it is by the number, then we know there's no need to do. And there were a lot of hues and cry, why Doordarshan logo is trend, made Kesari and all. Those things will keep on happening. I always emphasize on one thing: are we doing our 2 cents of karma or not? If we are doing our 2 cents of karma, then my heart and mind is clean. Let's do my karma, man. Let's do my karma, brother. Let's do our karma. I have to vote. I have to take everybody from the family. I have to take everybody home. Mohalla, Pados who needs help. Right? Let's celebrate this national festival. And you know where to vote. You know whom to vote. Everything is out in the open. You all know where I'm going to vote. I think Sree sir had a vote. Will know where he is going to vote. But I will not say vote for X, Y, and Z. But decide. See the writing on the wall. See the clarion call. Clear hai bhai. It's explicit, clear. It's clear as this water in the bottle. I can see through it, right? You can see through it. Water, clear, huh? There's nothing more clear than water. It's as clear as water. Now, what more do you want to tell me? Right? We can't go beyond this. And I think for the Honorable Prime Minister, this is the maximum he could have gone. He has already gone there. And somebody talks about my family, my benefits, my community, my country. If somebody thinks he is communal, the person must be sent to asylum or they're living in fool's paradise. Both the tickets and entry are free. So I don't mind about these people. Think what works for your interest, think what works for the interest of the country and community. And this is where the mantra is.
Raj Trinath wants to know, Sirji, how many seats BJP will get?
Raj sir, the estimate is, if you go by polls average, 333 for BJP, 386 to 390 for the NDA, right? And this India Alliance will come around 110, 120. Congress put together. Congress will come to be around 45 to 50. It might go lower. When Congress only lower, it can go lower, na sir. It can't go up. Our 𝗒𝙗𝘆 𝗎𝗑𝗍 will get 3 seats in UP. Bahan Mayawati ji will get 1 seat. Tamil Nadu, 12 seats for BJP. And if you come to then who else is left? If you look at Orissa, there'll be a good what the seat arrangement is, that will happen. Maharashtra, I think the other clan will get around minus NDA Alliance 10 to 12 seats. I think Rajasthan, it will be a sweep, 24. If you look at Madhya Pradesh, Congress might get 1 or 2. Minus that, they are not getting anything. UP, 76 for the BJP and Alliance. BJP on its own, 72. 3 to 𝗒𝙗𝘆 𝗎𝗑𝘍, 1 to Bahan Mayawati. Congress will not get anything there. So Congress, they're happy. They'll not get anything from UP. So I have covered more over all the seats. So we have to see now what does Kerala hold for Congress? Because remember, 1/3 of the seats in Congress came from Kerala, around 15 seats. So we have to see how does Kerala hold for Congress. And my sources tell me it's not even looking good. So Congress is on a way to down the hill. It's down the hill right now. I don't want to use other word. So Congress is down the hill, And this is how it looks like. But again, sir, you, me, and all have to vote. Have to go out to vote. I've been always telling you, let's not be complacent about 𝗤𝙑 par. 𝗤𝙑 par is possible, but we have to do our vote. That's the point about it.
Next question, please. Shankar VK wants to know, in spite of worldwide failure of communism, how is it still rearing its head now and then?
You see, you have to watch our series Endgame with China. If you watch that series, VKG, you will love and you will know how many tricks does communism play. Yesterday's episode, which you all should watch, you know, how these trusts were created and how the trusts were used to siphon the money from the people and then con the people. You know, exactly Rahul Gandhi's, if you look at his model, he's trying to take your and my money and distribute it to take the money from the people and give it to the people. Basically, he wants to promote unproductive society. He wants to promote a society which is only eating and living. Congress doesn't want an aspirational society. They don't want something. They only want power to be with few elites. You know, like they said when Nehruji was in college, in the Oxford University, there are 7 gates, and outside every gate there was a limousine with a driver, because it will not be known which gate will he come out. So he should have a car at all the 7 gates. I mean, that is the mindset which is in the DNA. I will send my clothes to London for dry cleaning, and they'll be stitched in Paris. And I'll get the water from there's one famous mineral water spring in Kashmir called 𝗤𝙗𝙗. I'll get my drinking water from there. And this was all aeroplanes were flown for this, right? Obviously. So if you come from that mindset, if you come, and this on the other side, we have a person who has sold tea on the railway station. He has seen life, he has seen poverty, he has seen struggle. So how are you comparing? These people, elites, want to be in power at any cost. Let all people go to hell. I want my 7 limousines with 7 drivers on the 7 gates. I don't want to go to every gate and find. I can't say, okay, I'll come to gate number 2. No, I can go out any gate. There should be a car because this is what I am. And there's another person who says, I will give you insurance if you are above 70, because your children and all might not be giving you insurance, and insurance in the old age is very expensive. I'll give insurance to more people than the United States of America. And these people, and from Ayushman Bharat, more people have benefited than the population of United Kingdom. So this is the mindset game. Elite want to be in the power to enjoy the power. भोग. एक आपको हिंदी में बात बता दूं, मुझे किसी ज्ञानी वो व्यक्ति ने बताई थी. कहते हैं लक्ष्मी का भोग नहीं करना चाहिए बल्कि योग करना चाहिए. ये भोग वाले योग है और दूसरे योग वाले लोग हैं. How to use the power of Ma Lakshmi to change the lives of millions of people. That is yoga. And how to use the Lakshmi for my bhog, for my villas, for my ash. That is bhog. So it is the mindset, sir, what changes. It's a very powerful thing what I told you. It's a game of the mindset. So these people have that mindset.
Sugandhi Giridhar wants to know, a man in our locality has 3 wives and 12 children and he has just a mechanic shop. Imagine.
I have seen Rohingyas with 26, 32. ये तो कम बता रहे हो.
Husband, wife.
Yeah. There might be many house 4 wives, sir. Basic hai na. 4 wives. So that is why uniform civil code is important, na. Otherwise, how can if he didn't have 4 wives, at least the children will be how much? Children will be 3. If he has 3 now 4, sorry. So because of the 4 wives, because of the 3 wives, children are 12. So if the uniform civil code comes tomorrow, you will have 1 wife. So how many kids can you have? 4. So 12 will become 4. This is how it is. I mean, if women are used as breeding machines, then unfortunately this is a reality of the life. And there is a serious challenge. The Hindu birth rate is falling. It is falling. And Muslim fertility rate is higher than Hindus by a substantial amount. I don't want to make it a Hindu-Muslim conversation, but whatever are the facts, I have to tell you. I can't be politically correct and not talk about facts. No, I have to talk about the facts. And we all should know. There is somebody who is accelerating the car faster than you. So,
Ustad Pituddin Khan Chanjad wants to know, do you think Indian military's current mental advantage over Pakistan and Chinese military will be lost if the India alliance comes back to power, surrendering Siachen, weakening RAW, etc.?
Ustad ji, what you are writing, when I read it, and when Sree sir is telling me, I am sweating because I know worse than this can happen. Worse than this can happen. This is only the tip of iceberg. I don't know what the hell is in that MOU still. I don't know what is in them. So I think we are then heading for a shit creek without a paddle. That's what you say in US. We're heading for a shit creek without a paddle. That is what it is going to happen. Sorry, I don't want to use this language, but this is what is going to happen.
Thank you, 𝗚𝗂𝘅. Demographics is the reality of democracy. How do you make leftists realize it?
Leftists don't believe in demography, sir. They believe in people who are producing energy. They're the people who again want to be in power. They're the people who are never elected. They're the people who get selected by a clan of theirs own. And they want to be in power, and they don't care about it. They see people as, I'm just trying to, kind of give you a microcosm. There's a person who has a poultry farm. Mr. X. Mr. X has 10,000 birds. Or there's a Mr. Y who has a poultry farm with 50,000 birds. Which has bigger business? Obviously, Y with 50,000 birds. That is how communism looks to you. Do you think Mr. X knows the name of the birds and their religion and their caste and how they are? He only counts the number. And Y also counts the number. He's looking at that much of meat, that much of eggs, and that much of money to make. He does his own calculation. Communism see population as a way to make money, as a way to sustain the communism. So you are the people who are sustaining the communism. And I'll tell you, Sree sir, it was 2018 or 19. I was on NewsX, and it was a 9 o'clock telecast, and it was something Facebook's facial challenge. And I made a statement which stunned the whole nation. I said, Sumit, what do you think about this? And everybody is happy. I say Facebook is just trying to get its AI streamlined. They need millions and billions of data points. You will be happily giving that. I said, in today's time, data is the business. When it comes to social media, we are the product. If you may hate me what I'm saying to you today, data is the business, we are the product. But eventually, 5 years, 10 years down the line, you will realize it. And today, everybody realizes it. Right? So this is what leftists do. They are just counting us as chickens. Counting the meat and the eggs and how much they can do and how long can the communism sustain. Communism sustains from our lives, our livelihoods. Communism doesn't give anybody anything. It takes away. Communism never creates, it distributes. So you have to produce enough so that they can distribute enough. They don't produce, they don't create opportunities, they only distribute.
Thank you so much, Sachin ji. Thank you so much, Sumit ji. We're tired today already. Thank you so much.
You had a long day.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sumit ji. And it's already a long day today. We'll be back again with Sumit ji tomorrow. And tomorrow, right? We are having next Tuesday is tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll be back in Hindi. And let us take the Ashirwad of Mahadev before we say bye-bye. Sure.
Sir, I like the same request is like, share, and subscribe. What is written, especially in the kind of
ticker
tape below, and you have to do it because else these all cabals will be jumping and pouncing on dislike, report, and it happens maximum in P Guru channel because we are the channel which talks the facts. We don't miss the words. We talk whatever is in the national interest, whatever is the interest of Desh and Dharma. We talk it. That is why we become the easy targets. We don't do masala news. Masala news is just pick up a rumor, do some crazy, make a crazy thumbnail and just run get somebody get an enigma who nobody knows, who nobody has seen, get that enigma to talk about it, get some around 100,000 views and then say, okay, so what to do? Rumor, good. We take a lot of time to do our work. We do a lot of analysis. We do a lot of checking before we bring anything to you. You cannot imagine the quantum of work we do. That is why we are able to maintain our consistency. That is why we don't get enigmas on the P Guru channel. Nobody has known them, and they disappear like those monsoon arts. Thank you, sir. So,
thank you so much.
That is what we do, and your love, your support is what makes us. We need that like, we need that share. We need that, we need that you have to subscribe, you have to share it on our social media. We need that help. On that note, Bharat Mata ki jai, Vande Mataram, and jate Har 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 Mahadev.